We recently uploaded a video about LLCs and S Corps, and we got so many comments like this. So I'm going to break it down. So let's first talk about your business entity. You can either choose to be an LLC or a corporation. As an attorney, we advise our clients which business entity makes sense for them depending on their business. Once you decide which business entity you choose, you will be by default taxed in a certain way. For example, let's say you choose to be a corporation as opposed to an LLC. By default, you will be taxed as a C Corp. On the other hand, let's say you decide you don't want to be a corporation and you want the more popular option for a lot of businesses, and that's to be an LLC. As an LLC, you will be by default taxed in a certain way, depending on whether you are a single member LLC, so if it's just you, or if you have multiple members, maybe you have a partner. So if it's just you, if you are a single member LLC, then you will be taxed as a disregarded entity. This is a very simple tax structure, and you report your income and your expenses all on a 1040, and you will be taxed 15.3% on the money that you made that year. So for example, if you made $100,000 that year, you pay $15,300 in taxes. Now, if you're a multi-member LLC, you will be taxed as a partnership. In this tax structure, you are still paying that 15.3% on that money that you made that year. Keep in mind that the 15.3% does not apply to rental income. So by default, you are paying 15.3% on the money that you made that year. This is called self-employment tax. Now, let's say your LLC is making above a certain amount and it just doesn't make sense anymore financially to pay that 15.3%. Then the LLC can decide that instead of accepting the default tax status that it was given when it was formed, it will now elect to be taxed differently. And instead of being taxed the default, they will be taxed instead as an S corporation. And to do this, you would file the right forms to elect that tax status. So what's the benefit of having an S corp election? With an S corp election, you are only taxed on the amount of money that you pay yourself. So for an S corp election, you will have to set up payroll. So let's use that same example. Let's say you made $100,000 that year. You pay yourself a reasonable salary of, let's say, $30,000. You only have to pay that 15.3% on that $30,000, which is $4,590. Instead of paying $15,300 in taxes that year, you're only paying $4,590. You're still an LLC, but you're just electing to be taxed as an S Corp. Corporations also have the advantage of switching from their default tax status, which was the C Corporation, and they can also switch to elect for the S Corp status instead of accepting their default C Corp. I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments down below if you want any other clarifications, and let me know if this was useful for you guys. We include this information in the welcome packet that we give to all of our business formation clients. But I hope you found this useful. Let me know down in the comments if you found this useful.